In today's video, I'd like to share with you something that I learned when serving on a panel at the TAR Winter Conference in Austin last Sunday. I was invited to speak on a panel to your Risk Management Committee covering issues we are all facing with the new lending rules under TRID. The discussion turned to the privacy issues and whether an agent can direct the title company to copy all correspondence going to that agent to another agent on the team. My answer was yes, if the agent put the email address of both agents on page 9 of the contract. We cannot just be instructed orally to send information regarding the transaction to someone not otherwise evidenced as part of the transaction. The conversation went on to address the practice of teams who always put their team leader as the agent on the transaction, even though that team lead really had no interaction with the client. A member of his or her team handled all the negotiations. At that point in the conversation, your chair of your commission made clear that the Texas Real Estate Commission deems it a violation of your License Act to show the agent on the contract as the team leader and not the actual license holder who negotiated the transaction on behalf of the client. The Commission cites to the Occupation Code Section 1101652 and your License Act 535.156 to say that such action is misleading and dishonest to the public. This practice is subject to severe penalties and can be cause for revocation of a license. Evidently, some severe penalties have been imposed by TREC for such actions. How TREC discovers this issue is when a customer makes a complaint about Sally Salesperson, and then the Commission gets a copy of the contract, and Sally Salesperson isn't even named on the contract. Both Sally Salesperson and the team lead are at fault. TREC will also point out that besides this being considered misleading to the public, the agent who actually handled the transaction will not be able to count the transaction as part of the experience points needed to obtain a broker's license. Unless your name is on the contract, you cannot use that contract to show the experience necessary to obtain a broker's license. The practice of putting the team leader name on all contracts negotiated by the team has been highlighted now that title companies and lenders are having to strictly comply with the privacy laws. Allegiance is here to provide you the information you need to do your job. In turn, we hope you allow us to service your title needs. Thank you, and see you next week.